Ebony, and I'm here with another new and noteworthy. These purchases were at the end of January, all of February, and also the first week of March. So this is it's pretty long, but I'm just calling it my January February haul. So okay, let's start. So this is a golden pothos. I picked this up at the Home Depot, and this cost about $15. I pretty much left it alone because usually I immediately start propagating these so that I can disperse them. But this time I actually wanted one that was pretty full. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I actually just repotted it today, and I've had it for about a month. And yeah, it's pothos, really easy care. It's doing well. This is a chocolate mint geranium, and I actually picked it up because the name sounded delicious, but also when it's given adequate sun, there's a very black variegation in the middle of the leaves, and I've also been growing geranium for probably, this is like my third year, and it's a really easy plant. So I actually bought 2 of these, and then I gave one to my cousin. So hopefully it'll do well. And it does smell like chocolate mint. I don't think it smells as good as the orange geranium I have. That one smells more like Dove soap to me. This next. Okay, so I didn't realize when I was recording this that my plants were slipping out of frame. So I apologize for that, and I will be inserting larger pictures of the plants themselves. Plant was a purchase from Wegman's, and my husband picked it up for me, and these are Haworthia fasciata, I believe, but there were these 3 pots that came with it. They were really very full, and I've already started taking cuttings and put some of them with my other succulents, but then these I just left in the pots. Really easy plant, very interesting. It's little, the plant is closed up. I thought maybe after I got it home and gave it a bunch of light, it would open up, but it's still closed. So I'll eventually figure out what that means. Peperomia marble that I picked up from, I can't remember if I got these at Lowe's or if I ordered them from Hertz. I think I ordered these online on Etsy, but it came from Hertz, and they were in good condition. They're doing really well. This is just a very easy plant. I did repot it right away, but I didn't agitate the roots at all. I just put them in this pot, and so it seems to be doing well. I purchased 10 elephant's bush, or Portulaca, afra, I think. But I ordered 10 of the elephant's bush cuttings from a seller on Etsy called Bonsai Jack. I don't think that I began, I think that I put them in a container with a little bit of water on the bottom to grow some roots, but then I changed my mind and just put them in the soil with a bit of rooting hormone. So they look a little wrinkly and stressed out. Not the happiest plants ever. I kind of think I should have just left it in the water, but other than that, they're doing fine, and I'm sure they'll bounce back over the summer. So these are 3 of the cuttings, and then the rest of them are here in this chock full of nuts can. and I thought it was this. Alocasia Black Velvet was a wish list plant of mine for a long time, and I finally broke down and ordered one from Etsy. It arrived in good condition, but I forgot to water it, and I lost one of the leaves. And then I overwatered it, and I lost another one of the leaves. So now I'm checking with a moisture meter before I water it. I have it in my high humidity area, so it sits right in front of my humidifier, and it seems to be doing really well. This big beautiful plant, this was actually 2 aluminum plants. I ordered these from Hertz through the Etsy website, and the leaves are really very big, but it's a beautiful plant. It's very easy to take care of. My son had one and he was neglecting his, but he would not just let me have it so I could take care of it. So I finally just ordered my own. But I do think this is a beautiful plant. It's really easy to take care of, and it's cute, I guess. It's on my plant shelf. Seller that I purchased the elephant's bush. I purchased 10 Crassula, ovata, or just your standard jade. I purchased 10 cuttings from him as well, and these are doing really well. This plant was on my wish list for a very long time. This is my Cissus Discolor, and it came in good condition, but there were a bunch of little specks all over the leaves, and I looked it up. I thought it was rust, and the way that you're supposed to deal with that is to cut the leaf off and clean the plant. So I was just cleaning it, and then I ended up cutting off a bunch of the leaves, which I really regret, because when I was finally able to get in touch with the seller, they just let me know that those little specks come naturally and it's not a disease. There's nothing to worry about. And I ended up probably cutting off like 8 of the larger leaves. I noticed the older leaves had it. So that's disappointing, but I'm sure it'll grow back, especially now that the weather is changing. And it still is just a beautiful plant. This plant, okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, this plant I purchased from Hertz through Etsy's website, and it came in great condition. This is called Grape Ivy. I saw someone else's video and they were saying that this is the easiest ivy and the only type of ivy that they can keep alive. So I decided to try it because I had tried ivy years ago. So I gave it another shot, and it's doing really well. It gets a good amount of light, and it has grown quite a bit since I purchased it. So hopefully it just keeps doing that. When the new leaves come in, they look kind of interesting. Very small, like little wisps. Almost, it starts off like a little ball, a furry ball. And then it just transitions into a leaf. So this is another really easy, nice plant. This plant, these are cuttings from an Apentia variagata, and I took some cuttings of the plant. The mother plant is a really full pot, and that's outside right now on my porch. So I just stuck these cuttings in here because it's easier to show you. But I'll insert a picture of the other plant that's very large. Hopefully they'll both perk up more. They're looking a little sad right now, but for this one, I think it's probably because it might not have roots yet. So I should probably just remove some of the leaves, but I'll do that later, I guess. Anyway, I think it's a gorgeous plant, so we'll see. Peperomia Pixie Lime, I think. It's a really cute plant. I did have quite a bit of dieback when I first purchased it. I think it has some kind of bug. I purchased this at Lowe's for like $5. But now it has stopped dying. It's growing back, and I just had to go in and give it a good spray down with soap and alcohol. But it's doing much better, and it's a little cute. This is a Dieffenbachia Reflector. I've wanted this one for a while. Although I would prefer if it was a giant, I still really like this plant. I did order this from Etsy, and I think it was about $9. But it is a beautiful plant, and it seems to be doing just fine right now. Stapelia gigantea, I think, how you pronounce it. But I just ordered these on Etsy. This little one in the front was a free gift from another plant purchase, but all of these I just ordered on Etsy and received them 2 or 3 days ago. I think it's a really cool plant. I of course want it to bloom, but I actually just enjoy the way it looks now. So we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, I want to keep it in a separate pot instead of putting it in my succulent containers. And last but not least is my purslane. So this plant started from maybe 2 little cuttings, and they were, well, I guess a couple of weeks ago they really weren't doing anything yet. And then I just kept watching it, giving it a little bit of water and leaving it alone. And now it's starting to bust out the way that purslane does. But these I ordered from Etsy, and I think they have a very interesting flower. So when that happens, I'll be sure to post pictures. But this is definitely one of the easiest plants ever. Generally, it literally is a weed. So it's extremely easy to take care of, and it propagates quickly. This is another little pot that I just put in here 4 days ago, off of a couple of cuttings from this plant. And I'm probably going to keep propagating for a little while just so I can get all of the plants set up and then let them grow over the summer. To explain what the problem is, I'll just let you know. I have recently resigned from my full-time job, and so I've been having a lot more time on my hands, which means I get bored, and I like the plant projects and also just shopping for them and learning how to take care of them. So this is a little bit of a splurge, but what do you expect? I mean, that's just it is what it is. So anyway, thank you for checking my videos and for leaving me comments. I found a lot of comments that I hadn't been notified about, so I have to find another way to check for them because I love when people talk to me. So if you left me a comment and I haven't responded, chances are I haven't been able to see it. And there was one comment from someone and I could see it, but I was not able to click into it. So I just want to let you know that's what's going on. Anyway, I will check back with you guys on another day, and all right, that's it.